Sometimes traffic in Winnipeg may feel like the end of the world. But if the Mayan calendar has its way, December 21st will be when the world actually ends. Randy Hull maps out emergency plans for the city of Winnipeg. He's less concerned about the Mayan projection and more focused on planning for the city's three biggest threats.
Certainly the flood, transportation incidents, and then weather-related, whether it's tornadoes or in the summer or blizzards in the winter. Certainly those are things that we think of most.
Hull says Winnipeg doesn't have a plan for specific disasters, but it does put together all hazard plans designed to protect the citizens and the city as much as possible. Should any disaster hit, like the flood of 1997, the best resource for information from the city is EmergeWeb.
It's a good resource, and it's also an active resource, so that when we do have an event, that's where we will list the Q&As. So as questions are being asked of us, we will answer them and then place them on the website. Also, we'll load up maps, pictures, so people don't need to come and drive and look at our event. They can actually see the event on the web.
The internet may be the best source of information, but Hull says the best source of survival is an emergency preparedness kit.
What we always ask people to do is have 3 days supply of all their medicines so that they're not in a need for those medicines in those critical 3 days where maybe they can't get to the pharmacy or to a clinic. They should have some food, they should have some water, they should have some communication resource, whether it's a battery-operated radio or the ability to go on internet or some form of linkage to the information that will be provided.
When you're caught in the snow, an emergency kit is just as important.
And the one thing that we always do say to people, especially if you're going for a long road trip, is food and water. So these don't look quite like food and water, but they're specially designed to be emergency. This is pure caloric intake that will not taste good, but it'll be good if you're ever in an emergency. And if you can't get your hands on this, we always actually tell people maybe put a can of cat food in your emergency roadside kit. Some people might be tempted if they put granola bars in their emergency kit to run out to the car, maybe between meetings, and they just say, oh, I got that granola bar. You're not going to eat a can of cat food unless you absolutely have to, and it would do the same thing as licking this caloric intake.
If cat food isn't your thing, non-perishable food items do the trick. But being stuck in a car requires some additions to an emergency kit.
If you're in danger and people can't find you, you need something to try to get help. So there's a call police sign, there's whistles, there's flares, there's matches, there's lots of different things that can help you take control of a situation if you ever get into it, where you can call for help and when you can get help.
Emergency kits can be assembled at home or purchased at many locations in Winnipeg.
I'm not saying that everyone should rush down to CAA or their local store to try to buy an emergency roadside kit, because it might not come in that handy if the world does end, but it's always good to be prepared for anything that could be in front of you. Having one of these in your car in a Manitoba winter is absolutely critical.
For Shaw TV, I'm Mitchell Clinton.